There's something different about this tablet. There's only one of these reliefs here. A strange death's head with a huge mouth. No idea what that's supposed to be. 7 people standing around the place. Oh no, 3 of them are lying down. Are they sleeping or are they dead? A whole load of symbols. Fish, crown, no idea, bones, and so on.
A very strange depiction. What can it mean? Ah, I'm sure that represents the Black Mirror. The death's head is symbolic of death. 7 people, all a little different. Could they perhaps represent different societal groups from their time back then? 3 people are lying down, 4 are standing. In the middle, there's an altar chiseled in. The one lying here has a crown, could well be a king. The other, a warrior perhaps. Symbolically both rather unpopular. The standing ones seem to be normal people. The one here could probably even be a priest. This one here could be a hunter. I don't know all the symbols, but they seem to be describing something. At least it looks like they've been divided into 7 groups. Perhaps each of the symbol sequences describes one of the people on the upper half.
A little metal fish. Could also be a toy. A little crown. But it's heavy. Very heavy for its size. No idea what that is. Perhaps a wand. This thing looks a bit like a Viking sword, but it's too small for that. An ornate bowl made of brass or some other metal. A little wooden boat. Reminds me a bit of a children's toy. Someone really put some work in on this. The arrowhead is finely crafted. Valentina.
Yes.
It looks like someone scratched their memoirs on the wall.
The hieroglyphics on the wall seem to be describing certain things which were dangerous for them back in those days.
Bread being important I can get. But a bone?
No, I don't mean each symbol on its own, but a row of symbols describes a person, for example.
So like, bread would belong to a baker then?
Yes, but it can also describe other people. Bread was baked by bakers, sold by traders, and also then eaten at some point.
Does it say how you get the door open as well?
Right now I don't see any connection.
A couple of sticks of dynamite could come in handy right now.
I doubt it. It has to be the case that only people of pure heart can go further down. Dynamite is a somewhat brutal option.
The dish is hanging right in the middle. Now all the capsules are hanging level. Something tells me that the keys in there have to be the right ones. Now that's what I call a door. Solid stone with iron bands and 6 locks. I hope those are the right keys now. The locks are all undone. We ought to be able to open the door now. The guy with no head again. This time, times 4. Did somebody not like him all that much? Mordred, maybe? He went round with his sword going chop, chop, chop. Walls full of skulls. Who were these dead people and where are their bones? Did someone just take their heads? How come? And why are all the statues headless? Is there a connection? The closer we come to the truth, the more questions seem to come up.
That's a whole lot of skulls in the wall. They're lying in there like a vast set of print blocks, or something like that. Almighty, eternal God, I pray for the souls of all those who have been robbed of their peace in death for all these hundreds of years. Lord in heaven, hold your protecting hand over them, even if they were not Christians, for your love is boundless and eternal. Amen. The headless figures again. It's looking to me like the statues didn't have heads right from the start. Whoever they are supposed to represent, he certainly didn't have much to offer from the shoulders upwards.
Highway to hell. Damn, the route is crumbly. I hope it's gonna hold out for a bit. That goes a hell of a long way down. This light reminds me of the cavern under the stone circle. Could there be a huge cave system under Willow Creek?
The bridge has been holding up for centuries. It ought to last a little bit longer. Mamma mia, I had no idea how big everything was. I think we've reached the chapel.
I almost feel like I've come home here.
No, this chapel was built by Marcus and Mordred. It was their last cooperative work. It really is a sacred place.
But Mordred used it for his own dark purposes.
I doubt that.
This passage is full of rubble. The purest preaching platform. But for what kind of an audience? Nobody was supposed to find their way here. Everything's very weird.
Kind of unearthly. The water seems to be lit up, but I can't see a light source. Marcus Gordon did a great job. He wanted to use this great bulwark of an altar to properly seal up all the spirits his brother summoned. But Mordred had left himself a back door.
Valentina.
Yes.
You know what's weird? There's light everywhere down here. Even burning candles.
Everything seems to be rather unearthly.
Especially with all the lights.
It could be that they come on when a certain door is open. But when was the mechanism for that installed? And by whom?
Or we're not the only ones who are wandering about down here.
Whatever the case, we still haven't reached our goal. Marcus thought that the way to the Black Mirror had been closed forever with the chapel.
But he hadn't reckoned with the genius of his brother.
Are you starting to admire Mordred?
Just take a look around. The castle up there suddenly seems tiny compared to all this down here. It's so imposing and overwhelming even. Kinda majestic. The vaulted roof is just awesome, don't you think?
I don't think we should waste too much time hanging around. The passage probably used to lead up to the altar.
No idea how deep the water is here, but I'm guessing that we're a long way below the water level. There's a whole bunch of hieroglyphics on the altar.
There's a sentence in Latin chiseled here. It means, "At sunrise, the king sent his warriors into battle against the darkness." Unusual for an altar engraving.
Is that any use to us?
I don't know. Perhaps.